When I was a kid, we had some great Christmas traditions in my family. There were 6 kids, and I was the 5th of 6, so a lot of older brothers and sisters and parents, and Christmas was a lot of fun. And every family's got traditions. One of the things we did is we had an advent calendar that my mom had made, and had 25 days, and she'd made 25 little ornaments out of felt, and every day we would put one up on a felt Christmas tree that she'd made. But when I had kids, one of the traditions that came out in the commercialization of Christmas was Elf on the Shelf. This little guy started out with just a fun little thing you could hide around the house for the kids to find each day, and it's evolved into quite an evolution of Elf on the Shelf, and he's got lots of friends now. And so I want to do a little commentary for you on some of the interesting ways parents have used Elf on the Shelf for their kids. Some of them are pretty funny, some of them are concerning, some of them are downright scary. Okay, so I found 10 categories of elves, and we're going to go through each one of these, and I'm going to finish up showing you my favorite ones under the clever elf category. First of all, messy elf. Elf gets into a lot of messes around the house. Here he is with Woody and Buzz making a mess. Here he is digging in the sofa, making a mess. Hulk made a mess out of him. He's making a snow angel out of marshmallows. Elf and Woody are having a snowball fight on the stove. That's a big mess. Elf's making target practice with ketchup and mustard. That's pretty messy in the house. I don't know what these two elves got into in the dryer. This one doesn't make any sense. This elf said he wanted to shine shoes, and for some reason he put aluminum foil over all the shoes. Looks like a bunch of potatoes, not shoes. And then this elf made a big old mess on the counter or the table or the floor or wherever he may be doing this. There's Wordy Elf. Plays on words. How in the fork did Monday come so spoon? Wish you a Merry Christmas. He looks very deformed. These elves got blindsided. This elf fell asleep on the clock, and these elves got stuck in Pringle Bell cans. Ironing chips and using Nutella. This elf is smoking bacon. Not sure the kids are going to catch that one. And I'm not sure why this elf is tied up in looks like a grocery store, because the milk is bad. This elf told a bad joke. These parents wanted their kid to stop picking their nose, so they made this clever one. And there's Foodie Elf, the elf that's using food all the time. These elves are slicing up a potato, and the poor potatoes are scared. There's a literal banana bread elf. These elves put together elf pasta with candy. It's cold outside, but I'm toasty in here. These elves are, for some reason, grating a carrot, and this banana is scared to have it be cut in half. No idea why there's a shoe on a table with cereal in it. There's an imposter elf. Elf pretends to be many things he's not. Here he is, SpongeBob SquarePants, the Wizard of Oz, with his friends, Willy Wonka, Prince and a Princess. These parents had way too much time. Very clever, but you've gone too far when your elf on the shelf has an elf on the shelf. You see behind her, there's another elf on the shelf back there. Everything is to scale. Crazy. No idea why these parents think their kids are going to know who Bob Ross is. He's been dead for 10 years. This is Tattoo Elf, pretending to be a tattoo artist. And there's Hostage Elf. Somehow Elf gets stuck in precarious situations. And I guess the superheroes don't like him, so here he is getting tied up by Hulk on the wall. Spider-Man cast a web on him. The Abominable Snowman doesn't like him, and neither does Thomas the Train, who's about to run over Elf. These parents put Elf on strike until their child stopped being naughty. Caught in the refrigerator again, caught in a balloon, caught inside a TV, wrapped up with floss, tried to make a snow globe, but got stuck in the glass. This one got frozen. It's going to be a mess when that thaws out. The next category, Potty Elf. You can't have fun without getting potty talk. These 3 elves are leaving a little present on the toilet paper. This elf is hiding from a farting dad. Probably a mom making fun of her husband. This is Peeing Elf. He's attached to the refrigerator, it appears. You've got the elf who's testing you to see if you know it's elf pee or apple juice. There's Lunar Elf showing his full moon. This is very disgusting. Who wants hot cocoa? And these two elves have straws going down into a very gross looking scene. Here's Bubble Butt Elf. Here's Drop a Load Elf. These two are playing light a match, and the one on the right got a little too close to the flame and looks like he got scorched a bit. Another see if it's apple juice or pee elf. Elf on the right has a magical puke museum. That's clever but pretty gross. Another dad farted. Here is another educational elf showing Uranus. I peed in my pants. Ha ha ha. I farted in your wallet, now you have gas money. Not really how it works. This elf says he can eat Rice Krispies and make Cocoa Puffs. Then you've got the elf who is cautioning you not to drink the green milk because the Grinch peed in it. Cannonball Elf and Big Cereal and the Toilet Elf. Alright, a subcategory of the potty elf is what I call the TP elf, or the toilet paper elf. These all have to do with toilet paper. So this elf cuts toilet paper into snowflakes. This elf makes little rhymes about how your poop smells. These elves are having fun rolling around the floor. Not sure the kids are going to get this one about the toilet smoking, but I bet the parents got a kick out of it. Another Jingle Bells, Your Poo Smells. Very disgusting on the right. A sick elf that's made a mess. That's gross. This one also. That would probably traumatize the kid. He woke up in the morning and saw that. These elves are rolling with it in their TP. Here's a big use of toilet paper. Wish I had that much in storage that I could pull out and use. That's great. These two elves are cleaning up after a very dirty reindeer mess in the kitchen. Pretty gross. This might be the grossest. There's lyrics to a song on the top and then a riddle on the toilet paper roll, and a very gross visual on the backside of both of those two elves. Creepy elf is the next category. These are concerning. I like big buns and a cat lie. This, again, the kids probably won't get it. Parents probably thought it was hilarious, only to be outdone by the elf on the right with the I like big legs, or I like long legs. This elf's about to knock off another elf. That's pretty creepy. And Santa wiped out this elf, and that's very disturbing on the right. These elves are playing an innocent game, but got a little carried away. And this elf, I have no idea what he's doing, so he's on the creepy list too. Okay, the next category is sports elves. From lifting marshmallow weights to getting pummeled by the hockey team. Probably not a good hockey player. And like people, elves get injured also. Here's you get too close to the fire and your face melts elf. And here's X-Ray elf. Let's play Operation Elf, and parents using elf to get their kid to clean their room because he got injured in there. Alright, these are my favorite ones. I call them Clever Elf. I thought these were really the best ones. This elf is doing a car wash in the dishwash machine. I thought that's pretty clever. You have Drummer Elf. These elves are playing Jenga with Kit Kat bars. Really clever. And Popcorn Elves. Popping popcorn, eating popcorn. That's clever. This elf melted a snowman. The other elf is destroying a snowman, making a little snowman. These elves got caught in jail. I like the use of the candy canes. There's Selfie Elf. Took a bunch of pictures of himself. These two elves are fishing for goldfish. Pretty clever. And Woody and Buzz are teaching the elf how to rescue another toy, I'm sure. These elves like to play Uno, with a hard deck of Uno just their size, and on the right, a good game of tic-tac-toe. What elf doesn't like to hit a piñata? And the elves on the right are getting ready for 3 more sleeps before Christmas time. If you have children, you know what that means. This is one of my favorite. He's practicing golf with his marshmallows and his candy cane. And my favorite of all, the elf who fell through the ice. Looks like a kitchen sink that the elves were playing at, and one elf broke through the ice and the other elf was trying to save him. Really clever. Alright, hopefully you got some ideas and you can enjoy using your elf on the shelf with you and your family and enjoy the tradition.